Oh, thank you. I just started recording. Because I paused it that time, I did not remember to. I'm so sorry. Now, in paraphrasing what I just said, there is an important need for every one of us on this call to begin to see wherever we are today, not because God is unfair or because I think somebody is based here or somebody is based here. I used to believe that God is not fair, that somebody is rich and some of us are poor. That why is God so unfair that he should have allowed those people that are rich, they should just share the money with some of us that are poor and everything will go around. That why? But now I began to see that actually before you can change, before that change can come, every one of us must first and foremost know that our life is our project, is in our hands. And we owe nobody any responsibility or any reason to fix our lives for us. That where we are today is a product of our years gone by, decisions and steps. And so if where we are today is not where we love to be, the only thing we can do for ourselves is to do what? To begin to see what are those things we have been doing that can change the pattern and bring about the desired destination. And so as children of God, it is high time that we need to begin to see and accept the responsibility to be sons. And what do sons do? They take responsibility for everything going on around. They don't blame it on their environment. They don't blame it on their education. They don't blame it on their parents. They don't blame it on any setback they have. And that is why I want to start with this concept before we share how to monetize your passion. What is purpose? What is vision? Why are we here? Why did God not kill every one of us as soon as we gave our life to him? He could just have killed all of us and send us straight to heaven. That the reason why you and I were left and were not killed immediately is just because of one reason, that there is a purpose in the mind of God in the beginning of beginning that he has predestined us to do. And it is in us getting to understand that there is a need, there is a reason why we are here that will help us to begin to know what are the things we need to do to bring about the change. So I put here that vision is a picture of the end result. God looked at mankind, he saw all the problem that is plaguing us, and he sent Jesus. Look at it. The vision is to end the problem and the cycle of sin in the life of humanity. So God pictured that and he sent Jesus. And the purpose why Jesus was sent is to bring about that end to that cycle of death, which is a result of our sins, and then to bring us into a new light where we will be able to serve God in the acceptable way. I want you to imagine yourself that way too. That vision, your vision is the picture of your end result, is the preferable state of the end that you desire in your life. And every one of us, we have a purpose in that big vision that God had for Jesus to come. That every one of us, as soon as we accept that invitation, there is a purpose that God is desirous of us doing. And that is the reason for our existence. And the reason why you and I exist is to bring glory. You know, he says the whole heart will be filled with his glory. Who are those people that will do that? You and I are the one that will fill the earth with that glory. And it is when we realize that there is a purpose and the way we are wired, that is when we'll be able to do that. And then I said, mission. How are we going to implement this? What is the strategy to get to that end? Okay, this is what is wrong with Nigeria as a nation. What is the role of the church? You and I, what is our part? Is it just going to church? And thank God COVID has opened our eyes to see that when church was shut for over a year now, and nobody had to go and do ushering, go to maybe every other thing we do in church, and everybody have to be home. We're able to see that there is more to our work as Christians, as sons and daughters of God, than just going to say, I'm in ushering, I'm in choir, I'm in guest relation. Every of those things, they are not the reason. Our reason is to do what? To spread, to diffuse the knowledge of his glory, based on our wiring, based on what he has put in us when he was forming us out of our mother's womb. And what are the methods? How do we go about this? By getting ourselves, setting a clear goals, actions, plans, and steps that will help us to accomplish that vision. That is how we begin that journey. And I want every one of us to know that it is not something that we used to think that is melodramatic. Oh God, I used to think, remember those days that I will be praying, God, show me my purpose. Those things, I now know better now. It is not only in that way that you know it, and I will be showing you some of the steps that we can begin to take that will help us simplify that journey. That we don't have to make it as if, oh, it is something very tedious to do. And I want to explain this concept for us as we go into the main topic of monetizing our passion. That there is a Chinese concept that means ikigai. And the meaning of that word, a reason for being, ikigai. The word refers to having a meaningful direction or purpose in life. And this meaningful direction will constitute the sense of one's life being made worthwhile. Look at it, with action. So you know there is a reason for your being, and because of that, it's going to chart a direction of purpose for you that will make you to begin to have a sense that there is something worthwhile about your life, and that will initiate the action that you begin to take daily. Like I mentioned earlier, that if you are not liking where you are at the moment, it is not because God is unfair. It is because you have not taken time to sit yourself down and ask yourself, why am I here? And what are the reasons and actions that can take me towards achieving my reason for being, my own ikigai. And I want to let you know that so many people out there that we can term successful, many of them, their ladder is leaning on the wrong walls. And that's why you see some people that have worked years, they've worked 30 years in the corporation, and then you still see them, there's something still missing in their life. They have been carrying out files, they have been doing all the, which are following the rules and just, and that is the system that the education of this world presented to us. Just be a good servant, just follow the rules, and just get your salary at the end of the month, and then you are good. And so there is no concept, even in our school systems, nothing like this is being ingrained in us early enough to help us begin to see how we can appreciate the fact that there is more meaning to our lives than just working for that employer. And if you are going to see the trend between successful people and people that are not successful, it is in them being driven by this consciousness to work hard, to focus on what is important, and to persist despite having setback. They will begin to look for opportunities to invent themselves. And why I was saying this is because, see, sometimes when we say 9 to 5, I remember Dr. Larry saying it too. So after your 9 to 5, what you do 5 to 9, because I cannot lie, some of us are still in the system of 9 to 5, and in fact, it's going to take us being able to plan our retirement, even to think of the fact that I don't want to work more than 5 years in this system. I want to plan my exit. It is in that realization that will make us to begin to think of, what will I be doing in my 5 to 9? And some of the successful people that we have seen, that you and I can point at, it is in them looking for opportunities to invent and reinvent themselves while in their 9 to 5. Opening their eyes to every opportunity that their 9 to 5 give them. Some of us have opportunity to study. Maybe they even give some of us scholarship to go and study, or you even have access to go to networking program. Maybe you have training portal that it's free to do anything. And some of us don't know that while you want to curse your 9 to 5 and say, oh, I don't like working there, it's not my passion, I don't even, and you will not give all your best to it. You don't know you are changing yourself, because sometimes every of those paths we have taken in life, that our path, whether it's a mistake, whether it's accidental, it is to give us a direction to how we can see the good in those systems and use it to serve ourselves. And that is what this training is about, to dive more on this concept of Ikigai and see how we can marry it. And when you know the reason for your being, you can begin to inflate and give a fire inside of you that can make you to begin to want to know why you need to follow your passion and how it can result into profit. Look at this picture I try to see. So I want you to look at this Venn diagram very well. And it's talking about the concept. And there are 3 categories of understanding this concept of Ikigai. The first one is what I love. What I love. What is that thing that you love to do? What is that thing that you just enjoy doing? And don't overthink it. Even to your, some of us look at football. Some of us love football. Some of us can play. Some of us don't even know how to play. And some of us don't even have what it takes to discipline ourselves to become one. As to be so, but you love it. It's part of it. The second category of what I want us to understand about this concept is, what am I good at? Or what am I skilled at? Or have strength in? Some of us are good in number. I want to respect my senior colleague, Apostle Gio Benga. You know, when he started with this idea of teaching us the world of crypto, you know, I can see his sense of accuracy in numbers and all those analysis. You know, me, I'm not wired that way. I know I love people. I love to talk. I love to encourage. I want you to be reflecting on this concept and take a time to pen down some of these things as I am explaining. Don't just feel that, no, it is just me talking. These are the things you want to answer for yourself when you're alone. What am I good at? What am I skilled at? Some of us are working at organizations that, based on our schooling and our career path, has given us skills and strength. And those things also, they are not just ordinary, just there. It has a place, and there is a place for it even in the way we are wired and in our eventual life purpose, how we can use it to interpret. So what does the world need? The world is going on in a very vast and fast way that you see everything is coming closer and closer and closer. If I ask the question, do you know what are the needs that our world needs? What are the things that really, really is glaring that the world is in need of? I want somebody to unmute and just give an example of what you know that we are in their need in the world at the moment. Anybody? I don't want to be the only one talking. I want to at least let somebody just give. Okay, thank you, Gio. Peace. Okay.
The world still needs a good health system. There is hunger in the world today.
Yes. Yes, correct.
Clean energy. Clean energy.
Thank you, Apostle Shotawa. Okay, sorry, Otumba. Yes, and also the world need, you know, another thing that I remember when I was thinking of this, the world need equity. We need a sense of justice, whereby people are loved and respected regardless of their color, regardless of their tribe, regardless of, you know, all this racial injustice and all these things. We see people being discriminated along different ethnic and what have you. It is a problem that the world needs somebody to solve. You know, and you see somebody now by way of, thank you very much, Tolu, and by way of wiring, you see some people that they are very loud. When they talk, maybe they're in the office, they talk like this. It's like they are roaring. And you come and say, what's wrong with this guy? He's just too loud. See, that is a strength that he has. It might be part of what is need of him to ascend that leadership role. And when you see people coming up as activists, people standing as human rights activists, and people standing to defend, and you see people like that are so bold and they can, and you see their voice, you now begin to see that actually everything about you, I want you to begin to see that it is never, I don't need it. Those things, I don't need it. It's not one of those things. So one of the things that we have done to ourselves is some of those things we love and we are good at and we have strength in, because of the way the structure of the economy of the world is being channeled. They make us to forget our talent and some of our natural giftings, to believe that you only go through that space. And I'm reading a book called Lynchpin and by Seth Godin. And one of the things I read in that book is the fact that until you become indispensable, the world you are living in is no more realistic, that your job is not even promised. So if you don't know how you begin to see everything that the opportunity of where you are now has given you, to begin to bring it inward, to see how you can use it to address and meet a need that your world is in need of, then we have not been educated. So I need you to begin to ponder on what are those things that you have now, that when you begin to fix your time and energy on building the skill and the investment in knowledge that you need to become powerful and to become indispensable, it is not going to come by natural. I want you to know that there is a price. And I want you to look at this diagram very well. You see what you love, what you are good at, and your profession, what you are paid to do, that you went to school to go and acquire, or your vocation or your mission. Oh, I have a mission to raise 1,000 women that will be so passionate and that will come to a place where they are not just seeing themselves as wives or as moms, but women that knows that there is more to their life than just being more wives and moms. Women that are ready to discover their purpose, willing to pay the price to develop it, and are ready to deploy it to their world to make impact and make a change. This is the community of people that I want to be, that I want to channel, that I want to be a part of. And I have started this. And in some of the things that I've been doing, maybe some of you that have paid attention or watched me, I decided that my world needs the women world. We need it. You know, somehow when you see a setup and you are in a room and women are there, if there's anybody that asks a question, look at when I ask question now. If I don't know the actual number of women that are on this call. I know there's my namesake, Adeola, but apart from her, I don't know. You see, none of the women gave answers when I was asking the first question. I want you to know that, notice that. It is just like there's a way that just make us feel that, oh, if there are many people, we are not the first people to talk. And you have seen how that has muted us in life, that we just believe, And in fact, in Nigeria, back home, some of us still feel that the highest achievement a woman can have is only to be married. And so when you see people that are pursuing their goal and career and pushing to the crescendo of their career with everything, you see them as if sorry. But I have been able to see here that actually there are people that doesn't even have children, they don't have husband, but if God should judge us, their life is even making more impact than some of us that are married. And I want to use it as a wake-up call to us to begin to see how we can awaken that consciousness and let us see that we are not only for the other room, and there is more to our lives. Before that man came, before that, those children start, and you will know that when they start living, that is when you appreciate this concept. That when those children grow up to the point they have to leave for college, go to boarding school or whatever, and you are left alone in the whole house, that is when you will appreciate that actually you have slept on duty by using those things that God gave you to rob yourself of developing the very core purpose of why you have created. So as assignment, I want you to, after this class, look at Ikigai at the center. If you can see that Venn diagram, that is where you're supposed to be. And that is where you will always be indispensable, where your passion, where what you love, where what you are even paid for. Some of us are even lucky. Like I was made mention, some of us are lucky in life that we get to work at a place where we really, really have our strength and likeness for. We are not misfits. But if that is not your experience, it is not too late. You can chart a course. You can decide to begin to reposition yourself to you being at the center, whereby what you are good at and what you are passionate or you love or your mission, everything is solving the problem that the world needs. And whenever this happens, you will always be paid for it. Look at all the big companies that are into different see, designing. Look at my fellow brother Otumba. He's into design and all those things. And at least I have been able to patronize him in some respect. And see, so every one of us know on this group now, okay, if anything has to do with this, he has caught a niche for himself. And now he's working in that. So can you see how you can use what you love to design your life in such a way? You can decide to have a school or to have an online presence where you teach people this thing. And it is not that you are just waking up to go and answer one employer or to just go and show up because you need to be paid because there is a family you have to take care of. When you are able to locate your passion, being in the center of what you are paid to do, you are in the center of that Venn diagram, and that is the meaning of Ikigai. And that is when you are not just living for a wage, you are not a slave to your wages. And this is the best place to be. So as exercise, make it a list of all the things you are good at. I'm good at singing. I love to play the piano, you know, of what you love. Okay, I'm passionate about women becoming more assertive and having their voice restored back to them, helping them to discover their purpose. These are some of the things I love. And these are the things, and because of that, I decided I started a YouTube channel, and based on all the knowledge and the shift that I'm getting that is repositioning me well to living the life that I really want to see myself living 5 years from now. I started that YouTube channel and I kept on at it, teaching every week. And last month, I just celebrated over 100 uploads. You can imagine if you have 52 weeks in a year, and I've been posting once in a week, I should have at least a year from May, just 52 or maybe 60 something. But now I have over 120 uploads I have done. That's telling you that I am celebrating my little wins, yet to be monetized, but I can see so because this is what I love. I was committed at it, doing it every week during that COVID. And that was the beginning of the shift that I got. And this is it. So make a list of all the things you are good at, the things you love, and how can you use it to solve the problem the world is in need of. So that is what Ludeta Mompreneur Academy is all about. That is my baby that I'm working on for now. And I want to say this, even though I've mentioned it in passing, that we should start helping our children even from now, before they get to college. A lot of trouble will be averted because I was sitting to pass my entrance examination to the university for 7 years because I felt I should be in the science, or because my parents told me that it is so, and I did not even have the father figure to advise me because the journey of my life is another thing. That's not for this call. And because of that, I just kept on returning back to write the exam until I know what that thing did in me. I know it prepared me more for life. And that's why I don't give up easily. It has turned a part of me on that I just told myself, no, I just believe, I keep holding on to the fact that there's something going to happen. So look at somebody that's 2 children and the eldest is a mechanical engineer. He has the aptitude, he has the mental prowess for it, he has the intelligent quotient for it. But his younger brother too is trying to imitate that, whereas he has nothing like passion for it. We need to begin to guide our children on how we can help them zero in what they love to do now. Some of them may not follow the path of go to college and read all the big 5 or what have you, but some of them may have some talent that we're beginning to see now that we can help them channel the path that will be what they will go and study. And some of us have example all around us of people that have disrupted the system, going through the other part of just even inventing an app or just using their mental creativity. You know, we have example all around us that it's no more the world of until you read medicine, and you'll be shocked that there are people that have somebody who has practiced for 30 years of medicine. This program I told you that I just finished, she came back telling us that she only did that because that was, you know, Indians, if you know them, if their children don't study law and medicine, then the person is a failure. So now she's returning back to tell us that she has lost every of those drive to practice medicine. And now she wants to return back to giving life to that voice, to that yearning. And any of us, if we know it, there's guide to it. Let me quickly go to the other part of it. So why do we need to monetize our passion? We already know that it is a possibility. if you look around us, we have seen people that just by singing, even if we have them singing the wrong song and they are not even good examples, and that's to challenge us. If you have your own gift and you're only using it in the bedroom, it is a shame on us if we see other people using it and they are luring other people's just to sing songs that are not meaningful. So it is possible. I want you to note that. And then I want you to also notice this statistic about the knowledge industry. After COVID, it has been estimated to be the second fastest growing economy, and it is even in the billions, and it's going to, the projected estimate is $26 billion. So there is market for every one of us. If we decide to go through this part of our life, there are always people always in need of knowledge of something at one point of time or the other. Look at when the crypto world came. We have our dear example of Benga Ogun, and he came and he gave us insight. Examples. Some people want to leave their present 9 to 5. They don't know how to pivot. Some people are aspiring to start their own business to have something in the side, bringing money. They don't know. Some people are stuck in their job that they hate waking up every morning on Monday morning. It's like if there's something that could just happen, but they don't know how to do it. There are people that are just going into the world of becoming moms and they don't even know how to navigate it. See, different examples out there that you and I can have to use whatever knowledge we have, whatever skill, whatever desire or passion we have to help other people. And while you are doing that, it helps you to have more time for yourself. At the moment now, I am a work from home mom. I don't go anywhere, so I stay at home. I do all my work at home. That alone gives me time to be able to do other things. So I have a little 2-year-old girl. We stay at home and I do my work. I put her on an educative channel to be watching, and I have time to do myself. I remember last time when Fisaya was talking, he told us that he's a licensed financial advisor with regards to that thing. And also, my husband got in certification, and I started working on that. And I have residual income to the tune of 3K, just signing up families. So I even told him I'm going to give him keep him in touch with that, because it is true. So, oh my. Wow, I'm sorry about that. Somebody said the internet is not good. Wow. Okay. But let me see if I do anything. But I'm on the best. Oh, that's what I'm on now. Okay.
It's just a little choppy sometimes, but
okay.
I think we can still hear you.
Oh, right. Wow. I deliberately not want to change my location because of the children, because I know if I move to the living room, I will still have their noise system. I'm sorry about that. I hope the recording will make it better for you. I'm so sorry, Toluwade. And so I'm able to have more time to do other things and have residual income. So, and when I'm doing this, I'm doing my recordings, I'm doing my video, I'm teaching, I'm fulfilling that part of me that I'm able to impact knowledge. And some of us think, what do I have? I don't have anything. And there are other people that will still respect what you have. You don't know that in the world, there are many millions of people that don't even know half of what you know and where you are sitting based on the leverage you have, based on where you are. Some of us don't know, and that is what I took advantage of, and I've started to use it to make meaning out of my present life. And it can be so why do people not monetize their own? See, the number one point I have here is imposter syndrome. I used to be there. I used to tell myself I'm not good enough. Who is going to listen to me? You that failed 7 years before you end. All those people are better off than you. Until one day I was privileged to be in a Tony Robbins program. Tony Robbins is one of the world's most respected personal development coach, and he's a strategist, and he's based here in the US. And because of COVID, he could not do all his world event that normally I might not be able to afford it. So I attended his free program, and in that Facebook group, he asked us to do a video and we should post it of all the limiting belief that we have told ourselves we're unable to do. And I was saying in that video that I don't have accent and I'm not good enough. I don't know. I am not this, every of those things I was telling myself in the video. And when I released the video, He told us to start repeating those limiting beliefs that we have told ourselves. We start to repeat it and exchange it for the other side of who we want to see ourselves. When I finished that video, I went back to the group and checked, and I saw so many people just cheering me on, giving all the, I was like, Kinimo, so what are these people? What is all the problem? That was the first day I got my voice back. I cannot lie to you. That was around April last year. And the following month, May, I started my YouTube channel. So I saw people from all over the world cheering me on and telling me, oh, I love your energy. Oh, I love your passion. Oh, you brought hope. You brought light. You know, such little feedback help me. So if you are going through imposter syndrome, I want you to know that everybody has it. I listened to an interview done by Oprah Winfrey, and she was telling me that even Michelle Obama, she came for a live event, and after the meeting, she was asking Oprah, how was it? How did I do well? So every one of us, we always have it, but we should not let it stop us from going for our talent. So some of the reason that imposter syndrome, some people say, I have many talents. And when I was writing this, I remember Benga, and I also remember Folabi Onaboku. You know, that you have so many talents. People tell you, your voice, hey, you know, and many of us have more than one talent here, but you don't know which of them should even be the one that you should. And the third point why people refuse to monetize, some of us, we tell ourselves, oh, this Nigeria self, it's only in America that they can be paying for all this. Who is going to pay for? And I'm going to tell you, I will go to it. So I was sharing the other time that if you have imposter syndrome, I want you to know that for everybody in life, there is always a beginning. There is always a beginning. Me that I was talking, when I listened to Ronke, there was a time she did a prayer session. I went to chat out. Say, this your voice alone is, hey, that I used to tell myself that I sound like a guy. That, hello, everybody. My name is Adi. I said, no. Hello, everybody. It's like I'm sounding like a frog. It's like my voice is not too good. Who is going to listen to this voice? I will remove the video again. I will not release it. You know, I kept on, but I want you to notice this. Every one of us will always start from somewhere. And at that beginner stage, there is something that you have that is just, it might be a basic knowledge. But if you realize that there are thousands of people that don't even know that thing, it will only be helpful for those people when you just start by doing that and just taking that first step of acting, because it is in that step that if you continue to do it and you know that if you are not doing this, what will you be doing? What will be the opportunity cost of you robbing your world, of not sharing this knowledge? What will you get? So it is when you start doing that. In fact, it will help you to begin to shift. You know, if you are teaching somebody to wake up 5 a.m. and you are not waking up, it's going to be helping you to teach yourself, are you doing what you are teaching? And so you will begin to help yourself by shifting your own lifestyle. You will move to the intermediate. You will begin to gain confidence because you have given it a try. You tried the first time. And you can imagine if we are in this room now, let's say even I did a typographical error, I even make a blunder, grammatical blunder. You know, can you just imagine how many of us are here? Okay, we're just 14. I will not, because, oh, if I'll make mistake, hey, Kini is going to be there, Remy is there, all these English gurus, where are their names now? I'm not doing, I don't think I'm going to anchor this program because they will judge me that I don't know how to speak. You know, I did not use all of that to shy away from accepting this responsibility to do this. It is when you imagine that, okay, so what? Okay, if I make that blunder, okay, next time, I know I've already learned how to use the word next time. That is how you should just talk to yourself, that it is normal. I can make that mistake, but it's going to help me in the next time. And when you accept that mistake, not as a failure to stop you from doing what you are supposed to be doing, but to help you to learn how to do it better the next time, it is going to move you from intermediate to becoming an expert. See, now today, I can teach people on how to be, everything that has to do with camera, shyness, and what have you. I can help people because I have overcome. It's no more a barrier to me again. I don't even have any of those problems again. Can you see? So it's something that it is in you doing it that you get yourself out of that shell of, I don't want somebody to tell me. And some people don't want people to see them small. That is another thing. Please be careful of that. And I want you to know that your harvest season and your sowing season cannot be at the same time. Your planting season and your harvest season cannot be at the same time. There will always be the time for planting and sowing that nobody will even see anything. And when you continue to water that plant, that seed, you will move on to the, people will say, wow, look at this thing. And when they see the flower, oh my God, that is it. See the flower. Everybody wants to have a pluck. I love this flower. And that is the expert stage. So some people are multi-talented. I want to just address it. How do you it? I say, I know how to play the piano. I can sing. And I'm not good with numbers. This one is for Gwenga and the rest and the remis and all the engineers. So I can teach. I'm a mom of 3. I can teach some aspect of parenting and raise assertive children. I have all these things. So if you are also in my shoe, I want you to identify all the knowledge that you have. And this exercise, I want you to do it. If not now, make sure you do it later when you're alone. Out of all the things you are good at, that you have knowledge, you can teach, or you can, it's an asset that is in your hand. I want you to rate yourself. Which of all those things do people consult you most? And when I was listening to the second edition of this 9 to 5, I remember a question that Tolu Alogo asked. And she talked about her career path. She works with this organization that is into, I think, I don't want to make the wrong mistake, but she is a career person in that field, and she's seeing herself more of somebody that is being called to come and help with regards to relationship problem, couples having issues, and you can see how that is not in any way in line with what she's doing as a career or as a present day-to-day job. So you have to now list every of those things you are good at that people can consult you for. Which of them, the A question is, which of all this knowledge that you possess do people run to you the most? I want you to rate yourself from 1 being the least and 10 being the highest. Rate it. Oh yeah, I already fixed. Thank you. And then when it comes to, the second point is, when it comes to news, look at it. That if they carry any headline in the news, which story catches your attention the most? I know I can answer this question for Gwenga, because Gwenga, the crypto guy, the crypto dad, as the thing is, every news, if you go to that page that is dedicated for us, he's always bringing live and direct info. On direct, even you don't even know what's happening in Nigeria until maybe you see what Gwenga is posting, and he has really been helpful to some of us. At least it's keeping us abreast of what's. So you can begin to notice yourself too. When it comes to this, which story catches your attention the most? These are some of the pointers, and these are some of the areas you have knowledge that you can share. And which of these can you speak on that you lose the track of time? You don't even know. I'm almost 5 minutes to 4 or 7 minutes there about now. I can be here for hours, but I'm not going to exceed this boundary. I must make sure I round off soon. So I just want you to see that what are those things that when you are on it like this, you lose track of time and you don't even get bored, you don't get tired. And this is a pointer to some of us when you are in a job and you are being threatened with retirement or early retirement, or something may happen, they just ask you to go and retire by force. When you are in your element, when you are in your ikiga, you don't retire because you are doing that thing. It's like you are having fun, you are playing, but you are still get paid. Can you imagine if Benga should charge us for all of this session we have been having through this crypto session and some of what Lanre said the other time, and even Fisayo, some of those sessions of what he told us, he went for the certification, he paid. How much will be paid? He will be making money out of those things. So these are some of the things that many of us, we are not just being ready to maybe take it as business and get ourselves the necessary system that will turn us to chart out that system that will make us to start getting pay points. So this is the pointer to it, that which of them do you, with least effort, you don't need to pay special time to go and practice that. When they just wake you up, and flow is just in it. You don't need to go and Google and start asking questions. Google, what is the meaning of this? You just flow. You are in your element. You are in your element. And then the last one is, which of them get you frustrated? Like when you hear about it, you know, some of us that had knack for dressing or even for language or tonation, diphthongs, what have you, and you see somebody talking, what is this woman talking? Pronounce it, you know, that's your area. That is where you are called to fix. Pronounce what then? She's supposed to have used the silent E, you know, it's supposed to sound, you forgive me of all those distractions, but this is it. If you always see some things not being done and you are frustrated at it, these are some of the tips to your knowledge wealth. And you need to begin to see how you can monetize and you can begin to. And the last of it is now, of all the knowledges you have, which of them do you have the highest rating? Rate yourself in all of those 5 months. When you know the one you have the highest rating, then go and do the research. Which sector is this thing being needed the most? Do your research, make the statistics, get it, and it will be the best thing to use to launch yourself into the world of getting monetized fast. Because there are some questions that if they are not what the world is in need of or where you are, they don't need it. You need to look for what is, because it is called business when there is a need and there is people willing to pay for that. The last thing in the reason why people don't get monetized is mindset block. And it is something you and I must work on daily. Nobody will do it for you, friend. Nobody. And I want you to remember, sometimes one of us, we have been lured in those secrets. What have you? They say, just be possessing, confessing, positive affirmation, just be saying it. No, this is different. This is different. Why? Because it's back with action, not just vain, empty words. Tell yourself, people will pay me for my knowledge. Positively affirm it. And now people may not know you. Okay, but people may not know me, but I am working at it every day. I am gathering skill. I am being trained. I am going for knowledge. And one day, someday, somebody will know. And these are some of the things you can start doing. Start giving the knowledge for free. Like, I wish when I wanted to think of, okay, if I were to answer Tolu for that question she asked, start giving the knowledge free. And when you give it free, those people that they are getting the change with regards to what you have shared with them, ask them to do what? To give a review. To give you a review that you can have a testimonial of what you have done. Day by day, you start keeping track of those things. You can organize a training. Ask people to come freely and tell them at the end of this training, this is the only favor I need from you. You will be giving me a feedback on how you have been impacted by the knowledge I share. Also, you can volunteer. Volunteering, this is why this thing I'm doing, I'm volunteering. Even this is what I do and I'm being paid for. And so I don't want to shy away from it, because I know the more I give, the more I am pushing myself into that space, and the more I will attract people that need this service, and the more I will be paid. So don't say because you are not yet known. Don't limit yourself because of that. Go and look for how you can start small. And because nobody will actually pay you if they don't know you. And some of us, like women, we say, I'm not a techie person. I don't even know. Oh, where is the mouse? Hey, look at me. I'm using 2 screens. I need to confess. Actually, I was using a new computer and I was not able to finish the slide to bring it here because I've not purchased some things on the, let me not bore you with those seeds. And I had to ask my daughter, oh yeah, come here. What is this one? You know, regardless of all those, I'm not a techie person. Nobody is born a techie person. They were home all years with laptop the whole of last year. And some of the gadgets they gave them, they're always on it, doing presentation, doing this when they do their homework, schoolwork. So she has perfected some of those things and it's like nothing for her. I just asked her, okay, oh yeah, you see? So we should be open-minded to learn any skill that will be relevant for you getting into that space of you being paid for what you want to sell. You must get at least the basic knowledge of how it is being done. Please don't write yourself. And I know as women, we are always in that gap. So please brace up, learn it little by little. And the one you don't know how to do, you can source it out if you have the means. And some of us, hey, to launch an online business, it is very expensive, but you have not even taken time to go and research or to Google or to even go to YouTube and learn what does it take to launch my training online, or how can I put my knowledge or thoughts or whatever. Don't just excuse yourself out of it. Find out the knowledge that you need. And I just want to stop here. I want to stop here. And I have a quote here that says, nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go higher than you think. Nurture your mind with great thoughts. 5 years from now, I want to be the world best speaker in personal development, helping women becoming assertive in their roles as mom, as wife, and then living their true purpose in life. That is me. And because of that thought, it's going to be pushing me every day when I wake up to the goals I'm setting, to the who I need to be list, and not just to-do list, who I need to be, and every day showing up. And it is in that higher thinking, bringing that picture of that future into my day, help me to wire myself and give myself tasks that I need to do constantly that will bring to realization that me, not just wishy-washy and wish people's quoting and saying my future will be brighter, I will get there, and all those. No. So I want to stop here because it is 4 on the dot. And I just believe that 1 or 2 thoughts I've shared have been beneficial or be needful or be useful to us. And just to ask if that is the case, and if there's any question, I'll be willing to answer. Thank you for listening. This is where I want to stop. Please, we can unmute and ask question or feedback, or if there are areas you feel you need. And if I'm going to sell myself, I have a program that I'm running. Presently, I'm doing a beta test, and I welcome anybody that wants to be part. I'll send the link, you can join. And one of the reasons why I did this is because, see, I used to tell myself I can never coach anybody, all the white people. No, I'm just going to be looking for immigrants based here in US, African immigrants. See, the first time a woman approached me, she's here, she's from this country, and she's from Maryland. And she asked me, can you coach me? What did I do? Nothing. I was just in church. I made up my mind I will never attend a black church, because I believe that if I want to actually change, I have been in Nigeria for 40 years. I came into a new country. I still want to continue to relate with blacks. I started, but I told myself I'm not going to do that. So I started attending this white church because I want to learn. I want to be able to reason. I want to learn their culture. I want to see how they think differently from the way we think. So it was just on a Sunday service, and I want to just share how I got that client. And the pastor was just preaching, and she said, every one of us should share how our week went from 1 to 10. If your week is a 10, and share with your neighbor why it was a 10. And if it is a 5, share the reason. And I just told the lady seated by my side, I said, yesterday I finished a 6-week training with a guy from Uganda. And that last training week, we always do reversal of roles, and he's going to present, and he's going to give a comprehensive feedback of all the shift that he has gotten. It was the title of that course is Growth in Life and Business Mastery. It was 6 weeks, and the guy finished. And when he finished the presentation, and I was wowed. This is you mean you got this? And so the following day was a Sunday, and I was just sharing with the lady that this was what happened, and I was happy about the feedback and about the changes the guy is making with regards to the knowledge we shared. And she said, wow, so we just exchange contact, and like that, sometimes we just after service talk. And then she now told me that every time she stay with me, we talk, that she always gains something new. And the overall, she asked me to coach her, and I gave her a 8 weeks training for $200, and she paid. That was the first client I'll have that is not white. I have people that have coached from Canada, let me not go there, but I just want to show you that I'm a living example of somebody that her beginning. I have just told you my story, how I failed 7 years just to pass WAEC, just to gain admission to the university, and eventually this is me here. And every of those things that I thought was a mistake, and being born out of wedlock, almost to be aborted, every of those frame of reference and experience shaped me in such a place and a time like this, that when I came here, I already know that I cannot continue to live as usual, that it's a time for the business and the game to change. And I'm so happy for every one of you that was able to join. Thank you very much for the time. And that is it. I'm trying to see if there's anybody that dropped any question on the chat. If there's anybody that wants to have any question, please you can unmute yourself and ask. And outside of that, Aderosi says, thanks so much. And Otumba says, thank you for your time and insight. That is where I'll be stopping. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Jola. It's been good to hear you, and especially as I kind of knew you from school leaver days, and it's good to just see you grow and grow in confidence and just move forward. So thank you very much for that, and well done for your self-improvement. It's encouraging. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minda.
I'll echo that and say thank you too. I think one of the biggest things that I'm taking away from this is the whole concept of Ikigai. I've never heard of it before, and it piqued my curiosity as you were talking, and I will definitely do a bit more research into that. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So,
I was going to say that, would you be kind enough to share your slide?
okay.
Yeah, if that's possible, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to ask that as well. I beg you.
Okay. See me in the closet. Okay. I will share it. I will share it. I'm sharing. I'm just joking. I will share it separate with, and I will share the recordings also, like we normally do. I want to appreciate everybody. I did not even check to see. Okay, all the people here.
Please, could I just say something? I don't know if you are listening.
Yes, please.
Okay,
go ahead.
My name is Remy. Remy, by the way. All right, thank you for your time and thank you for all you have shared. Okay, for some of us that maybe we've learned a bad habit of, we are used to collecting salary. So I think we are learning from you. We are thinking of launching out, and I'm sure we'll get across to you sometime to learn from you at least. Okay, whether you accept it or not, some people are used to, some of us never started businesses all our life. So, you know, it's like a child that will want to try to walk. It could be difficult. So anyway, yeah, but thank you for at least, it's nice to hear it. It's nice it makes some of us proud, even though we have not done it. It's not that we cannot, hopefully we will, but as at this time we have not. So when we hear people doing it, honestly, I'm usually very proud. At least I can say this is somebody I know that is doing it. I can be, I can, even when people ask me questions, I know somebody that's done it. She's my friend. I can tell, I can recommend that to you and all that. So for me, very proud of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Remy. Yeah, thank you very much. What Remy just said is like the three things, you know, when you see athletes going for a coach and you wonder, why don't they just stop asking somebody to coach them? It is just the things we need is coaching, community, and consistency. Those are the three C's. For anybody to be anything, there's no, you know, we're not born with anything. Like we acquire everything you see in yourself now, and everything you tell yourself. Like Remy just said, I'm not the business type. I've not. Maybe it's because you have not allowed yourself to open yourself up to that. There is nothing we cannot acquire. You know, you can respect Remy now, engineering, for that matter, when we're in schools days, you know what you have to score before you get out of that system. So the same way you were being guided through tutors for how many years and you got the certificate, the same way with this. There are people that are ahead of you, might be a year, might be some steps ahead of you. When you apply yourself to knowledge through coaching, and then the consistency in taking action and modeling what they're saying, success is just as simple as that. You can repeat it, it's replicable. That is what has happened to me. I got proximity with the like of Tony Robbins, with the like of Brendan Butcher. Those are the top guys here. And I went to Ukraine sometimes 2 years ago to meet Sunday Adeola Atekoja one-on-one. You know, I did not even want to know whatever religious inclination that people have against me. But I just saw a pattern of a Nigerian born man, born in Idomila, that was born in poverty and was trekking to school and went to Ukraine. And he happened to be leading the largest congregation of white Caucasians before age 40. I knew there's something about his life. And I was there for 10 days. When I came back to the States, I know I cannot join the wagons of people that just want to go and work and be doing Uber and be doing all those things and just to live. I don't want to be a slave to the system. I told myself there is more to life than just working and waking up just to go and be, you just imagine that chain, that circle. It must end, and we can do it. We can plan it. I look forward to hearing from you, Remy, and I'll be willing to put you through anytime you are ready. I'm always available. Thank you very much for even choosing to recommend me. I would love that. So if anybody still wants to have any comment or question, I'm open. And maybe by a few minutes now, we just end the call. You see that no woman have talked. You see what I'm saying? I am going to be looking out for every woman on this call. Somebody should help me screenshot all the lists of women. I want you to talk. Please, somebody talk. Please, this is some of the things I've overcome too.
Okay, so Adeola, thank you so much. Just before, while the others warm up, this is so appreciated. I appreciate you judging from your time, the weekend and everything. I also appreciate everybody that has really joined from the different time zones and the kinds of activities they have at this time. For some people, it's late. For some people, it's smack in the middle of their day. I really thank you for this insights, and these are really, really appreciated. And I think your slides are something we want to add to the digital library of the PPD, because it's so valuable, and we thank you all. I actually appreciate you, and I appreciate all members of the team and every other person too that has joined. It's been so phenomenal, Adeola. These are really nice words that you have emphasized to us today. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. I also want to thank you for your time. Thank you for coming, even though we didn't do too much pushing on the page, and and I didn't want to be discouraged. And thank you very much for showing up. I just said, oh, let's just have it. Anybody that feels it's needed will come. Thank you very much for also showing up, because if you didn't show up, as well as users. Yeah. So on this note, I think it's a good to go to stop the recording and then end this meeting. I wish every one of us a wonderful evening and night rest, and be happy.
Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, my lovely.
Have an amazing weekend.
You too. Thank you, Ronke. Please don't abandon your sister.
Thank you.
Let's keep in touch.
No, I didn't. No, I was going to say something, but I think other people have said it, so there is no point, repeating what has been said. But it's insightful. And for me, I think the takeaway is the ikigai. That's a new word I'm adding to my vocabulary, and especially what it means, and how one can take it on, even from the mere definition to how it can translate onto other things in one's life. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
There's actually a link to that thing. I think there's a website. I think I will look for it and share it. It's called ikigai.com, I think. Okay. I think Adeola put it in it, but there is a link to it, and I think we would share it together with the items in the library that Adeola will have. Okay. And you can do a whole lot of self-assessment on that thing, on the Ikigai site itself. It's something we use within our organization, so it's something I'm familiar with. So I'm really glad that Adeola brought it up. Quite familiar, absolutely phenomenal.
Wow. So we start using it for ourselves.
Sorry, I have a question. I don't know whether this goes to the presenter or to PPD in general.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, go on.
Yeah, it's something that just came to me. So I don't know if this is something PPD can like expand on or add to their kitty on deliverables. So I'm hearing lots of name dropping, which is good. Like someone identifying gifts in other people, like being the sixth sense or the third eye in someone's life. I'm wondering if this is something that maybe PPD thinks we can do for one another. Let's take, for instance, somebody knows me. I'm going to use myself as an example. Somebody knows me and says, oh, Ronke, I think you thrive in this, you do this, because I guess, a mirror cannot reflect on itself. It needs another mirror. So if this is something we can also add just to help each other bring out the best out of oneself, maybe it's going to really help people launch into that next dimension that seems to be eluding them. I don't know. It's just something that's coming to me.
Okay, let me just say something and then the rest somebody can. I also want to say that this is a good one, and I want to share something with you that you can also do when you do the assessment. There are some assessments you can do. There is this verdict assessment test. There are different strength assessment tests we can do. There are some of them that are free. I can also take time to share some of them with us. When you used to go to mechanic village in the olden days in a Nigerian setting, that you say, Jinodu, this car, me, and you ask you, brake, start engine, and press the, don't let me speak Egba. And then see this strength analysis and personality test that I'm talking about. It's like you having a car in this 20th century and you just take it to the workshop and they just put just a code to the brain box and it just give you every details of what is wrong with the car. That's accuracy. We have some online tools that you can use. Till the point I was saying somebody is loud and everybody look at him as somebody that is always want to impress and want to force himself on others. These are some of the things that can show you the details of what you have and the strength that already God has already wired you with, that you can now use to match your passion. So it is good to give ourselves this, and I'm also adding this that we can do this also. I will also share some of those links. There are some of them that are free, there are some of them that are paid for, that you can use to get more accurate personality strength that you have, and it can help you know where your strength can be better deployed. You just need to go and acquire more skill to fine-tune it. That's what I want to say.
Thank you.
So, Fisayo, keep in touch. I will end the broadcast now and I will send the details to the people and this room and then every other thing. Just give me some time. But thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.